What's going on, nerds? Welcome back to Comic Book Nerd Nation, episode number 96. I'm Fox2. We got Pirate,
Hi.
Topher,
Hi.
and the whole effing Brian.
Happy Batman Day.
Yeah, it is Batman Day.
As of
I'm kind of surprised you didn't start out by saying we've got the whole crew here.
Yeah. Because I know you're only halfway here because you just got home from being out all night playing Magic.
I did, like, literally just walk in the door, like,
Wait,
5
you played
minutes.
Magic all through
night.
6 a.m. or whatever time you
Yeah.
decided to jump in your car and drive here to the magical comic book nerd nation dimension.
The what?
Yeah.
The comic book nerd nation. That's
can
kind
you
of
see-
like
Did
I
you
kinda
call
got
it the
spit in
Comic Nerd World Nation?
Comic Nerd World?
I thought he
Sorry,
said neural.
my head's a little messed up from when
Comic-
you teleport.
comic
We're getting
noodles?
this
Is that what we
magic
are now?
dimension.
Comic Noodles?
I don't know what you were trying
Yeah,
to say
you
there.
never
but
had
it was
comic
a
noodles
fucking
before?
fail.
I'd eat comic noodles. It sounds good.
All right, let's kick things off and gosh, first of all, episode 96. Can you believe it? 96
That's a lot of
weeks in a
episodes.
row. We have not missed a single Wednesday. Four episodes away from the big one, episode 100.
Big hun dog.
We're still trying to decide on exactly what the hell we want to do. But
Anybody got any suggestions?
I say we
Yeah.
play Russian roulette
Leave a
with a
comment.
Nerf
I'm
gun.
gonna go with no.
With a Nerf gun.
With a Glock?
With a Nerf gun? Wait,
Yeah.
do they have... Oh, actually, I guess they do have revolvers.
Uh-huh.
But it's hard to... And, like, you can totally see it coming.
That's the.
That's what she said.
I'm gonna say we should ask the viewers and see if they have any recommendations of what they would like us to try and do for episode 100.
They're probably going to be
Good
like,
idea.
drink cyanide and handle a snake.
Yeah,
Make
They
them
can
be
off
Pirate
creative.
yourself
dress
so
in
we don't have
drag.
to watch this shit anymore.
Make
Right.
them be creative. Clearly, we're not capable.
Obviously.
But I already called it. Pirate has to dress up as a pirate. Doug has to be the Hulk. I forgot who I told Chris. Oh, Chris has to be
Cyclops.
Professor X.
Oh, Professor.
And I'm a crane, remember? I'm a crane.
A crane.
It's the dumbest idea I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah.
Rock lobster.
I already
Rock lobster,
forgot
sir.
what the crane thing
Fucking
was.
John
Spell
went to
check.
say brain, but his phone said crane. Instead.
Right.
Ah, jeez.
Yeah, no, it was Krang. I went
Yeah,
to say
he was trying to
Krang.
call- he was trying to say it should be
Krang,
Krang.
yeah.
And my phone spelled
And it said
Krang.
crane.
Your
Ah,
phone.
yes.
But that'd be hilarious. Get build like a torso or like someone's stomach and put it on your shoulder, so all you see is your face in it. That would be the shit. I think it's
You're way more amused by that than,
because I guess I can
then we are.
visualize it and you can't.
Yeah.
I guess that must be it.
Take that.
Nah.
All right, let's talk about what we've been reading. Let's jump over. Topher, did you get a chance to read anything this week?
X-Men.
Well, if it's not
No.
X-Men, then we're all fucking dumb. We're just
Dumb.
jumping into that song.
Right. I read nothing. I went to the comic expo like all last weekend, and then, well, weekdays I don't get shit done because adult.
Since I get so much shit from him, all I'm hearing is
We
excuses.
went to a comic expo, so that should be an excuse. Because
Yeah,
it was
I did
filled
comic
with
stuff this
nerds
week.
and
Bam.
cosplay and writers and artists.
I
and
spent more
drawers.
hours doing comic stuff than I bet any of you did. So
Probably.
No, I
I
fucking
don't know. I've been binge watching Gotham.
yeah. I tripped on acid and fought a Sarlacc.
Fun Sarlacc. That
Yeah.
sounds cool.
So what have you been reading,
Cool.
Brian?
This week I read Captain America White
Merca.
Merc.
America, and it's
Captain
not a
America.
race thing. It was basically just like
So Steve Rogers, not Sam Wilson.
Yeah, basically.
Wow. Wow.
The White
Wow.
Let's not address the Black Falcon in the
That
room or
is,
anything.
yeah. Let's not talk about the fucking fact that is the most
What? I was
racist
making
title
sure
of any
people
comic
knew it wasn't a
book
race
I have
thing.
ever. Oh my god, that is so terrible.
How is
Why
it
don't they just make
terrible?
it Captain America Caucasian?
Is that?
Like, are you fucking kidding me?
He stands for the
Oh,
red.
man.
I mean,
white,
that'd be
and blue.
like if they fucking. Can you imagine what would happen if they had Sam Wilson in there and it was fucking Captain America Black? What would you say then?
Captain America Black. It is a race. That would be a race thing.
And this isn't.
No,
It's the same
because
fucking thing. Why are they calling it? What reason did they have to name it Captain America White other than it's the white?
you remember
fucking
they
Captain
have
America?
they had the line of books, like there's a Hulk gray, there's a Daredevil yellow, there's a Spider-Man
Spider-Man
blue.
blue.
That's why they just randomly. I don't know why they give them colors. I mean, I get the Hulk and I get the Daredevil because Daredevil in that
'Cause there
story
is
is
a- 'cause
wearing
there
a
is
yellow
a
suit
gray Hulk.
and the Hulk is gray, but it's pretty good. It's just the art's by Tim Sale. Who wrote it? Let's see if I can find who wrote it. I don't know. Jeff
Adolf
Loeb.
Hitler.
Yeah.
Loeb. Jeff.
I was gonna say
Jeff-
Fucking Aryan Nation.
Tim Sale did the art. Jeff
Wow.
Loeb read the story. They're basically like some story. They're stories of like in the World War II. It's like past stories. It's pretty good. I enjoyed it. The other book I read was Kanan the Last Padawan.
Every time I hear that, I think Denver the Last Dinosaur. You guys remember that cartoon?
The
No.
last dinosaur.
Dinosaur.
Friend and a whole lot more.
More.
So that was basically.
I'm glad we could share that moment.
I
'cause
know.
you guys
We
are
remember
friends
our
and a whole
80s
lot more.
cartoons. Which was horrifying because the title sequence started with the volcano erupting and shit like that.
Oh my god, it did. I forgot about that.
But back to comic books.
Right.
Um,
comic books.
So I read Kanan the Last Padawan.
Kanan the Last Padawan.
He's
Sorry.
a Jedi and a whole lot.
Not yet.
But yeah. Well, this story took place, I guess, in the Rebels, the Star Wars Rebels timeline, which was pretty cool. But was different because most of the first few issues of the book took place when he was just a Padawan. But again, Marvel's Star Wars series are like the best series out there right now, I feel.
They're awesome.
Yeah.
I haven't read that one yet, but the others have been fantastic.
If you watch Rebels, even if you don't watch Rebels, I mean, it starts off in his past. So I'd say if you wanted something to read and you're bored one week, to read it if you aren't already. So those are my books of the week.
Yay.
Yay!
Pirate, what about you?
I didn't read anything. Imagine that.
Fair enough. I
I got the Star Wars books to read. I just have to sit
haven't
down.
read them yet. I read Robin, Son of Batman. I read
That's a
all.
good book.
There are 4 issues in right now. I read all 4 issues this week. I'm really liking that one. I'm honestly kind of looking forward to reading the rest of it. It's not really a spoiler or anything, but it has to do with in Damien's past when he was training with the Al Ghul family and the League of Assassins. His last year of training was called the Year of Blood, where he had to go and do basically all these like heinous acts and kill people and steal things and now he's trying to have a year of retribution where he goes back and I don't know, tries to heal his sins or whatever, pay retribution for his sins. So it's pretty interesting. It kind of walks you through like what he did during the Year of Blood and then how he's fixing it, kind of so you can kind of see the past part of his training with the League of Assassins versus his current storyline. In this most recent issue, he had a run-in with Deathstroke, which was pretty cool to see. The panels of him fighting with Deathstroke was pretty sweet.
Sounds like an evil porn star.
Huh?
Deathstroke sounds like an evil porn star.
Deathstroke.
Deathstroke.
Jesus.
But I agree with you, Doug. I like that. That's series.
The other thing I read, I started reading Green Lantern Lost Army. Is that what I think that's the current series, Lost Army? I think
that's one of the titles that are stopping in December.
It's pretty good. I read like the first issue and a half. It's kind of centered around John Stewart right now. Guy Gardner is in it. He's actually wearing both a green ring and a red ring.
The Christmas Lantern.
Yeah, that's what they call him in the. That's what they actually call him in the comic book. John Stewart calls him the Christmas Lantern. Yeah, the Christmas Lantern. It's a pretty interesting storyline. I'm really early in it, so I don't know if it's going to have the longevity to kind of keep me interested or not. But it was pretty good. But the son of Batman, the Robin son of Batman, if you're a Batman fan, if you enjoy reading about the character Damian at all, that is a really good that's a really good series that you should definitely get into.
I agree with you on both titles. It's unfortunate that Lost Army is ending in December with all the titles that are DC stopping.
I mean, I guess, but I just don't know that they're going to have enough to tell to last much longer than that. Like I like you can kind of already see the direction. I'm only an issue and a half in, and you can already kind of see the direction that this storyline is heading, and it's a direction that's already been done, and so it's.
Yeah, they're bringing back. I don't understand. They're bringing back the old enemies that are now
Krona
not because they're
Krona's in it, and he's not
past
in
versions.
And it's just not.
And they're time traveling.
That's what I mean, and it's just not going to be, in my opinion, something that's going to hold up for a year long or 2 years of a story. So I think that they should really just kind of shit or get off the pot, so to speak. Get
That's
the story
what they're doing,
and do it.
It's one of the titles they're canceling in December. As of December, it's over.
Yeah.
I mean, I enjoyed it too, but I could see. I also agree with you that it just doesn't. It's one of those books that you can't see. If it lasted longer than December, I probably would have stopped picking it up because
it's gonna get stale.
But it's not good enough to hold you.
Yeah, there's
completely.
just not, and they would have to introduce more characters. They would have to introduce additional like side story arcs to be able to make this something that would last that long. And I just don't see them doing that right now.
Those characters are what the main characters were in Green Lantern Corps. I don't know why they changed it. And they're likable characters. I mean, everybody loves Jon Stewart and Kilowog and stuff like that. So I wonder what they're going to do with them after this title gets closed.
I'm sure they're going to move them to a new title. I'm sure that they're not going to stop writing stories about Jon Stewart and Kilowog, and
they'll probably reinvigorate the Green Lantern Corps
title. Yeah, and I think that's probably a good idea in my opinion. But so that's pretty much all I read this week. I still haven't got around to finishing Superman Year 1, Volume 2. It's sitting right here next to me. I want to finish it, but I just haven't. So, what seems to be so funny, Topher?
Oh, Pirate was just like, and sneezing and like looked at his hand.
He's holding. Oh, that's disgusting.
Just like,
he has like a fucking handful of snot. That is.
I was like looking for a paper towel or napkin around my desk. Like, fuck.
Oh, that is so disgusting.
BRB.
Yeah. Oh, all right. Well, while he's gone, I just want to address this fucking kick-ass comment that we got on one of our podcasts recently. It was a while ago. Gosh, I can't remember. I really can't remember what episode it was, but it was the one where we spoke about having multiple. It was the issue or the episode where we talked about having multiple internets. And one of our dedicated listeners, Geese Lord Zero, he has commented on quite a number of videos for quite some time.
That is an awesome name, by the way, Geese Lord.
He said, so when do we get Crisis on Infinite Internets to retcon all the multiple internets into one single internet? I just fucking lost it.
My mind is blown.
That is the best fucking comment that we've had on any episode, bar none, thus far. Fantastic. Well done, sir.
So
maybe episode 100 should be us writing that.
Maybe we should take episode 100 and do humanity a favor by retconning all multiple internets into one singular internet.
Maybe for episode 100, we should do that by playing Super Fight and dressing up as different superheroes.
I don't know. We're gonna have to come up with something really special, though. It's got to be.
But the four of us are really special.
You're really special in a completely different kind of way.
Maybe we could punch a hole in the reality of the internet and come into real life through your computer.
It'd be like that South Park episode where they're playing World of Warcraft, and then at the end they take off is it World of Warcraft or is it it's the one where they're playing the Oculus Rift. Have you seen that one? And then at the end he takes the helmet off and it's real life actors.
Yeah. The real kids.
Yeah, that's funny as hell.
Have any of you guys
that one.
Have any of you guys started watching the new season of South Park?
Have not.
I saw the first one.
Yeah, I saw the first one where everybody was they had the new principal who's like
the PC bros.
Somebody showed me the last that
It's not PC, bro. It's not PC.
Somebody showed me the video of them going PC, woo woo, and that shit last night.
I need to watch it. I'm sure that it's on.
It was
Hulu.
pretty amusing.
We have Hulu Plus.
Randy gets put into the PC frat, the fraternity. So that's like all these frat boys. It's like that's not even PC, bruh. Are you PC? Like get PC, bruh. Like the whole episode. God. It's hilarious.
It was.
I heard the last week. I think it all was all about Donald Trump and the Pope, wasn't it, or something like that?
Oh my God! I don't know. I didn't see that.
I want to watch that after.
That sounds like something they do.
That sounds right up their alley. Yeah, for sure. All right. Well, I guess we move right on into. Well, actually, tabletop game of the week. How about that?
Wow, we didn't have to do a theme song.
You caught me like super off guard.
While you're playing with your cards that are a tabletop game, I was trying to.
But we've had Magic.
We've
had Magic like 3 times.
I did Magic. No, we did it once.
Hold on just a minute. Think about this for a second, Topher. You just spent all fucking night at a release party for a new expansion of Magic.
This was a release party?
I did.
That makes me sound cooler.
Maybe for tabletop game of the week,
tabletop game of the week,
you could talk about the new expansion that you just spent fucking 12 hours dealing with.
No, it was only like
talk about a fucking
7.5 hours dealing with that
softball lob right in there for you to just fucking hit a home run.
I figured if I tried to use Magic again, you were going to make fun of me for doing repeats.
Might have.
Of course, that would actually require you to pay attention to any of the other ones I've said. You probably don't remember.
Ooh, he went.
I mean, that was supposed to be a dig.
Tabletop game of the week: Sriracha seasoning.
Make you shit on tabletop.
It's funny. I started playing Magic like I don't know what, like 4 months ago now, something like that ish, and like. The first deck I bought was like absolutely terrible because it was one of like the prepackaged ones.
Your first deck is always terrible.
Right. Then I started improving it, and then I started actually like playing with other real people and events.
Were you playing with yourself?
No, I mean like instead of just playing like casually like with like my girlfriend or a couple of close friends of ours, like not really knowing what the hell we're doing, like actually going to an event. And yes, it was a
the way he's talking about it, are you not hearing this, Pirate? Like,
I just
actually
didn't
playing with other people instead of
I
playing just with like my girlfriend and our close group of friends. And we
I
can
just
kinda
didn't put
switch
it
around.
together.
we had like Magic Swingers party.
Hey, look at that.
I
Tap
was-
my mana. I'm gonna tap
I was-
your mana.
I was gonna say
I was-
the theme
I was
was
gonna
I'd
say-
tap that.
Look at my dark elf.
Tap that mana.
God. Yeah. So anyway, no, playing Magic has been really fun. It's been super addictive, and it's not exactly the cheapest game on the planet at all. But it's actually been really cool to like go to. I think the last time I talked about this, I hadn't actually played in a real event. So like a lot of like local gaming stores and comic shops have like they'll do a Friday night Magic thing, and so like literally every Friday night is like a friendly tournament style thing.
You told us about the tournament that you played in, the real tournament you played in at the
Gen Con.
Gen Con. Yeah, you told us about that.
Yeah. Did that one. And then there's
You
like
walk into these things with like a cowboy hat and your cards in a holster and go wee 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 wee.
I feel like that would add a level of intimidation that would just put you
Walks
to
more
the
like
next
Bill-
level, Topher. I
It's more
personally
like Bill
will
Murray and
volunteer.
Kingpin.
I will personally volunteer to throw in on getting him an outfit for Magic the Gathering events where he has like some chaps and
no.
a fucking.
No, it has to be like Bill Murray and Kingpin.
And Doug's thinking about Kristen Shafts. All right.
So anyway, yeah.
Boy, this really is a tabletop game of the week. He starts talking, we start interrupting.
And then and I maybe say a sentence
We're
if
just
I'm lucky.
we're just adding the flavor.
Play.
So they come out with a new set like every 3 months or so, and add to the card pool, and it's kind of neat. So like when they do a new set, like they're doing this coming Friday is the release date. So this past weekend, this weekend has been the pre-release event where you basically go and they give you a pack of like 6 booster cards. And they give you this cool little box that they come in, and you open these packs, and you basically build a deck on the spot with all the new cards that you open up out of the packs, and you have like 40 minutes to make your deck, and then you play a tournament with completely new cards that you've never, that aren't actually released yet. And
How'd
then
you do?
I went. Let's see here. So what they do is they do like several rounds of like Swiss pairings. So like basically they just put everybody against each other, and then the second round they take all the top records, match them against each other, and so after about 4 rounds you have kind of a sifted order of people. I was in the top few, so I went into the top 8, at which point they do like an elimination tournament, and I made it to the last game, and then I ended up losing. It's like a best 2 out of 3, and I lost in,
So that would be
in
called
game
second
3.
place.
Yeah, pretty much.
How did your
It was-
girlfriend do?
The cards she ended up with out of the random packs were not that great, so she didn't do terribly well. When we did the one for the last set a few months ago, she came in like I think, and I did terrible. So there's like the loudest bird in the
Yeah,
world.
do you
like,
have a
right
bird
outside my
inside
window.
your house?
It's
Like,
like
I
a
think
giant.
It's like in the tree, like
outside.
right outside the window.
It's like he's
That
got
is
a
seriously
little
the
fucking
loudest bird
sparrow,
ever.
like sitting under his desk,
He's
jerking
like
him
through a
off.
fucking megaphone.
He just summoned the birds of paradise.
Right? Holy shit. It's kind of cool though, because they did something a little different in this set, and they've got like these like they'll do like foil cards where like they're like a shiny foil printed version, and they re-released some old like the fancy land cards that are fairly rare, and they did them as like super mythic rare availability full art foils, and
Talking about, like,
and I
legendary
and I
series?
managed. What's that?
Like, are you talking about the Legends ones? Like
No, it's the not
I
the
don't
legend. You're
even
talking
know.
about like
That
City of
shit's-
Brass and fucking Strip Mines.
No,
and all
they're,
that.
they're
No.
the fetch, they redid the fetch lands and the shock lands.
Okay.
Yeah,
But-
shit's
but
all
they're like-
newer than when I played.
They're
Yeah.
supposed to be like really super rare to the point where like I pulled one and I looked it up online and it's going for about $150 for the card. Hollowed fountain. So yeah, so that was cool. So I got a $150 card in my pack, so I was pretty happy about that.
I'd sell
Well,
that shit.
Does
Oh, I'm
Hollow
totally selling
Fountain,
that.
Sell it because in 2 weeks
It's
it'll be
its
worth 30
magic
bucks.
Exactly.
special ability, like collecting all the pennies at the bottom of it and throwing it at people?
No. Mm-mm.
All right,
All
so that's tabletop game of the week.
Tabletop game of the week.
The funniest part about this is he's getting really comfortable with it.
Right.
He's really
Just like rolls off
I
the tongue.
want the viewers to let us know if they would buy an album of all John's jingles.
Can we call it John's Jingles?
Jingles.
Can we please call it Comic Book Nerd Nations presents John's Jingles? And we'll just have a picture. We'll just have a
That sounds
picture of
dirty.
him on the front, like holding two of the like Christmas bulbs. That
Two
are
giant Christmas balls, like
What?
Comic Book Nerd Nation presents John's jingle.
Oh man.
it's an easy listening
And now
album.
It's at least yeah. If you like your eardrums to bleed. All right. Let's shift gears and talk about the news.
News.
I don't even know what to.
I love the addition of the
Yes, I agree. That is
the words in the
a
jingle.
I will
necessity.
make sure that each
Good.
track is well. I want the listener of my jingle to know what I'm
Let them
thinking.
know what they've heard.
Let's
by
take
the
a
end of
moment
Want
and
them-
just before we go to the news section, let's just take a moment and talk to the artist that is John, and just can you give us an insight into your creative mind of
Make it artisty.
what happens when you're doing the jingle? How does it work?
Well-
what kind of inspiration do you pull from?
Well, Fox, what I do, I listen to a lot of the Smiths before we record, and I hold a pair of scissors, and I contemplate stabbing myself repeatedly in the heart with them.
Wow, that's just dark.
But
We
really,
went to a different
really-
place here.
really,
Behind the music.
really, what I
Pirate.
do is
I didn't know fucking Marilyn Manson. was
actually I
signed
was
by John.
kind of going for a little bit of like, I don't know. I wear really skinny jeans for 3 hours a day, and
How do your balls feel after that?
it taps into my jingles. See,
It makes me closer with my jingles.
yeah.
You
So,
might
Jingle jangles.
so
Gets
what
me
I come from a very a classical background. See, and it allows me to really work. I work music with numbers. It's a unison.
I don't think that was the word you were looking for.
a unison.
Just like those droids you weren't looking for.
Uh,
I think you were
I don't
looking
know.
for the word union, but that's okay.
it's a unison.
Fair enough. It's a flying.
Don't question his artistic process.
Exactly. Like I don't.
Seriously.
Artistic usage of the
You're cramping his
English language. Speaking of artistic usage of the English language, so about a month ago or so, they do this every year where they add some words to the dictionary.
Oh fuck.
Have you guys heard about this stuff?
I mean, I know when they do that. I mean, I know they do that stuff. I
It's-
don't know what this particular one you're about to.
Ain't
Talk about
ain't
this.
is not, ain't. I know a couple years ago they added ain't.
Yeah.
Ain't no party like a West
wow.
Coast party.
Let's see here. I want to see if I can get a list of the new.
Oh my god,
Yeah, here we go.
that's a different neighbor with that mower now.
I mean, there's a list on here of several hundred words. Some of them are just like additional definitions for a word that's already in there, like a slang definition or whatever. But one of the ones that really stuck out to me that they were talking about, I heard it on the radio. The word hangry got added to the dictionary.
Is that
I'm
when you're-
hangry.
When
I'm
you're so
hangry.
hungry, you're angry.
Yes, that's exactly what it is.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
The sad part is I figured
Oh,
that
yeah.
out.
Twerking also was added to the. That is
Okay,
an,
hangry seems legit, but twerking.
twerking
like,
is now an official an official word in the English language.
It's a
What?
official downfall of
I
Western
don't like that
civilization
it's been.
right now.
Yeah, I don't like that it's been like officially recognized.
Yeah,
It's
I don't.
not
It
okay.
really kind of scares me. It scares me for the future of mankind. That is, you know, what's really sad is that's the generation that's growing up that's going to be like essentially taking care of us when we're all retired. They're like
Shaking their butts in our faces.
like on like the shit that gets posted on Twitter and gets so many likes like is just fucking mind-boggling. It's I listen to some other podcasts and stuff, and they talk about some of this stuff that's on social media and things like Miley
You
Cyrus
listen to other
posting-
podcasts. You've
posting
been cheating on
fucking pictures of her armpits, and it gets like fucking 3 million likes.
Seriously?
What the fuck is that? What is so entertaining that you feel you need to be engaged? with
There
a
you go
fucking-
again. Taking away others' artistic ability.
Doug, are you hangry?
No, I'm not. I'm just, oh my god, it's just disturbing that's what passes for entertainment now.
Dude, yeah, it's I don't know.
The
You're
general
getting
level,
old.
the bar of intelligence is just being fucking steadily dropped lower and lower.
These damn kids and their music.
Fucking get off my lawn, whippersnappers.
Seriously.
Yeah,
playing in my road
gallivanting,
garden.
That'll probably be me when I'm old. That'll probably be
gallivanting
me.
with your
That's you
hooligans.
now.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Could be. I fucking sit out front on the porch with a fucking BB gun, and anybody that steps on the grass is getting one right in the fucking ass cheek.
BB gun. I don't see you mellow enough to use a BB gun. I see you bucking live rounds off at people at some point in your life.
Get off my lawn! That was just a warning shot.
I warned him. I shot him in the leg.
He's still walking. All right, let's
People used
talk.
to shoot me in the leg all the time when I was a kid. I didn't bitch about it.
I'd get shot in the leg, and then I'd have to walk uphill to school.
And
I
then
remember when we actually had to drive our cars.
Yeah, speaking of, I know I'm completely off topic of comics, but have you guys been reading anything about the Google self-driving cars?
yeah. I've been seeing topics on. I haven't really like.
They've
Researched it.
been testing these things in a couple different cities, and
Allow it.
they're performing like really well. But they say that the biggest problem right now
Aren't they rear-ending
is
a lot?
the human drivers, because the way that these things are programmed are to follow all the street laws. Well, like one got stuck. I was reading about one of the cars got stuck at a 4-way stop intersection because none of the other drivers were stopping fully. You know, they'd kind of like come up to the stop and just like creep along a little bit and then go. Well, the fucking sensors on the car won't let it go until everybody else is completely stopped and it deems that it's its turn. So it got stuck there, just like waiting for people.
See, I know that they was using them initially in the certain states that allow that allow the
That
cars
allows
to be-
driverless cars.
Yeah, they don't have anything wrote in for like you have to be an operator, blah blah blah, or whatever. Like some clauses, I guess, that the loopholes that they found, but they still have humans in the car, and they were using it for the Google Maps or whatever that they use with the focuses that have the cameras on top that give you the street views of photos. But then when they go to another state, one of the drivers takes over. So I don't know.
I see.
That's all I know about them.
Yeah, I don't know. It's pretty impressive, but they're saying that like realistically, like if they were in an environment where all of the cars were driven by the program, there would be no accidents.
until Skynet takes over.
Yeah, seriously. I can't wait to tell people to Google drive themselves off a cliff.
Google Drive.
Recalculating.
Would it say that the whole way down?
Probably.
Recalculating. Do a U-turn.
You are off course. The best. See, the problem that we're gonna have though is the Fox story of him getting.
Fuck! I knew you were gonna say this.
Where he ends up getting
Jesus
directed to the
Christ.
business end of a gun range and having to walk.
So
What?
yeah, so it was the day that Apple released their Maps program. I mean, this was several years ago now.
It's like when the iPhone 5 came out.
Yeah, it was like the first or second day that Apple Maps was a thing, and they had taken Google Maps off of iOS. And so I was going to a gun range for some handgun safety training. It was early in the morning, it was dark, and I didn't know my way there, so I used, the navigation on my phone like I normally would. It's working good. I'm like, all right, this is fucking great. I've never been to this place before. It's just taking me on through, and I know that I'm going in the right general direction. All of a sudden, I'm up in this fucking neighborhood, and I'm like, well, this is strange, but it must be like, up here, and I'll probably turn off and, go like down a long like drive or whatever, and that'll be where it's at, like kind of out in the middle of the field. All of a sudden, this fucking program says, park your car and walk to your destination. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, first of all, I've never heard a fucking... And I'm like, it's like a mile away, too.
It's telling me
I'm still like a mile away. And I do a little bit of research. Turns out that it had me at the fucking, like, business end of the gun range. Like, you got the area where they shoot, the area where you shoot, where the targets are at, and then I was, like, on the other side of that. So had I followed its directions and, like, actually gotten out of my car and attempted to walk to the gun range, I would have, like, popped out, like, right next to where everybody was shooting towards.
It's a moving target.
Yeah, so that was really special. Luckily, I pulled the old-fashioned tactic and just pulled over at a gas station and asked for directions, and that worked far better than Apple Maps did on the second day.
God, we're the
Man card
generation
revoked.
that
Yeah.
still used fucking maps before smartphones came out. We're the generation that still used maps before the before the iPhone.
Yeah.
I had
and shit
an
came out.
Atlas map in my fucking Atlas book map. In
I
my
did
car.
too. I did too. I think I still have one in my car.
I remember every once in a while having to like be like, where the fuck am I? And pulling it into like a UDF like gas station or something, convenience store, and like go find their map section and pull out an atlas and be like, oh okay, and then like stick it back on the rack and keep going.
Instead of just asking the cashier.
Instead of buying the $3 map and having it.
Or having somebody text you their address so you could just click on the address and it'll come
get
up in your map.
Voice directions directly to it.
Dude, I remember when GPS first came out. Well, not really first, but we first started using it. At least turn by turn on cell phones. It was when the band I was playing in, we went on like a little 2-week tour, and dude, it was amazing. It was like the nicest thing ever because we would go on like weekend gigs or whatever, like out of state, and get lost.
Lost as fuck.
And then we went like throughout all the Midwest and was just like perfect stop.
Navigation on cell phones has essentially made it to where getting lost is a thing of the past.
Yeah, you got
Like,
service.
there really is, like, the kids that are, like, 16, 17 years old now, they don't understand what it was like to be legitimately lost when you're in
they
your
do.
car.
Kids and their
Yeah,
technology.
they do.
No.
They still know what it's like to be lost, just not.
Dude, it's funny, like if you ever like gone somewhere without your cell phone and you're all of a sudden like, oh fuck, I'm gonna die.
I don't have my cell phone. What happens if the world starts to end?
No, seriously, like if you go to a concert or something, like a big festival or something where it's easy to get separated, and you actually have to set like meeting points. Okay, if we get separated, meet back here
Yeah,
after
that old
the
school way.
because like there's you can't get a cell signal oftentimes out there, you know, like because there's just so many fucking people, and it's like, oh my god, this is how people had to do this all the time. Like I remember this, but it seems like so freaking long ago, you know.
One of my good buddies actually right now is on a business trip in Dubai, and forgot to take his cell phone with him.
Holy shit, that would
Yeah.
suck.
Well, I hope the Taliban doesn't come and snatch him up.
That's the wrong part of the world, but okay.
Not even the right continent.
Close.
Can I get a jingle for geography section?
I mean,
by Brian?
in all fairness, they have the attacks and shit like that in Italy and stuff.
We should fucking have a geography section where Brian tells us about where a city is at in the world and like their customs.
What? You want me to do
Well, yeah, let's do it.
Brian's geography.
All right, tell us a little bit about Dubai.
Well, I know it has camels and big buildings, and that's where Furious 7 smashed through buildings and drove through
And
buildings.
if you were wanting to visit
What
Dubai,
country
where
is it
would
in,
you
Brian?
On a plane.
go? Dubai is now located on a plane. Everyone.
1 point for Brian for at least getting there.
Does JetBlue go there? I hope so.
And
They got blue chips.
Don't you have to drive a Ferrari there?
Yeah, well, they did that in Fast 7.
They actually
drove out
have
of a plane and
they have a
through-
place called Ferrari World there.
Yeah, it's like an amusement park.
Yeah, they
Ferraris.
have roller coasters and shit.
So what, you just sit in the car the whole time and be like that?
No, they have like roller coasters and fucking the Ferrari store, and
They got a track
they have
there
the
too.
car
You can
dealership.
drive.
Yeah, you can test drive cars on the speed track.
That doesn't seem like a good idea for me.
That doesn't seem safe at all.
What could go wrong?
Yeah.
I hit a camel. I hit a camel.
Oh,
That camel came out of nowhere.
All right, let's jump over to the news section.
About like 5 hours later.
Okay, first bit of news. There's not much this week, really. There's really not much at all. The first bit of news that I found was, I know you're going to be really excited about this. Men in Black is headed back to the big screen, but without Will Smith.
Good.
So is Independence Day without Will Smith. We could use a little less Will Smith these days.
Yeah.
Well, we're getting Will Smith in Suicide Squad.
That's why I say we could use a little less of Will Smith these days.
Who is going to be in it?
It didn't.
Is,
I don't
is
think
Tommy
we
Lee
know.
Jones or is Josh Brolin going to be in it?
I don't even. Let me see if it says here.
Weren't they talking about for a while they were going to cross over Men in Black with 22 Jump Street?
Yeah, I did hear that.
Really?
Yeah.
That would be interesting.
What? You're the only person I've heard ever say that.
No, I mean, not like I would be interested in that. Like,
Oh,
it's just
okay.
interesting that they would try to do that, as in a curious why the fuck.
Okay.
No,
Okay.
they're
That
not-
makes
they're
more sense.
Completely redoing they're like reimagining the series.
They're rebooting it.
Yeah, they're rebooting Men in Black.
It'd be cool if it was like a close to like almost like horror alien thing.
What?
Like it's Men in Black was a little like kiddie
Yeah.
with all the shit. If they did it a little bit more intense version, like yeah, we really have to stop these and not fool around and have Will Smith shitty theme song. Here come the Men in Black. Galaxy Defender.
You know what though?
The
Like,
best part about this is that he still knows the fucking words to the song.
Dude, I still knew the jingle for Denver the Last Dinosaur. Of course I'm gonna remember that jingle. I remember most of getting jiggy with it. Na 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 na. I remember all those songs, yeah.
that's cute.
It's-
Yo, welcome to Miami.
I think,
Something
I think
in
he's trying to take you
Spanish.
out of your jingle spot right now, Pirate.
Hey, he's more than welcome to have
They're
at it.
real songs. Pirate has his own. I'm just.
Did you hear that? He said he's got real songs, Pirate.
Yeah, they are real songs.
It's about to have a
Pirate
bro
doesn't have an
down.
album yet.
We're about to have a jingle bro down.
Jingle bro off. Do you even jingle, bro? Huh? You got jingles, bro?
You trying to jingle on me, bro?
Let me see your jingles, bro.
So
Pull out your jingles, bro. Let's see them.
Pull out your jingles. Let's go down, bro.
yeah, well, dun, 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 dun.
Jump on it. Jump on it.
He even did the circle. 5 extra points for the circle. Over to you, Pirate.
Jump on it. Jump
I'm
on it.
not.
Oh!
I'm not.
You got served.
In West Philadelphia, born and raised on a playground is where I spent most of my
That's a
day.
TV
Chilling out,
song.
relaxing, relaxing, all cool, and all shooting some b-ball outside of school. When a couple of
All
guys,
right.
they were up to no good. Started
We'll
making
call it a
trouble in my
tie.
neighborhood. I got in one little fight. My mom
We'll
got
call
scared.
it a
but I had a
tie.
We went
dance.
to auntie and uncle to Bel Air.
Okay, now did you guys see this? Did you see the Star Wars video?
I whistled
on
for a cab,
Facebook?
and when it came near, the license plates are fresh, and there were dice in the
How do I
mirror.
mute him?
If anything, I could say that this cab was rare, but I thought, forget it. Yo, Holmes to Bel Air.
Did you guys, in all reality, did you guys see the Star Wars 360-degree video on Facebook?
Yeah, that was
Dude,
pretty
I've
neat.
seen
No.
about 2,360 degree
What?
Facebook, 2,360 camera angles now since I've seen that. It's
But it
crazy.
wasn't Star Wars.
I saw
Got it.
nothing.
No.
What?
Topher, did you not see
What
this
is
yet?
this? No,
It
I
was
don't even know what
that-
you're talking
It's a
about.
promotional video for The Force Awakens, and it's a 360-degree video. So it's you click play on the video, and you can just click and drag on the screen and look in any direction while the movie is playing.
Yeah, you're on a speeder on Jakku.
Freaking awesome.
It is
And you're like,
fucking
wait,
incredible.
and then you're like, wait, and you're like, oh, look at that Star Destroyer blew up. Wait,
How's that go again?
wait, shoo.
Watch out for the
Then
Here
that
comes
was
the
more
Sky Fighters.
entertaining than
Oh!
episode
Towards the
1.
jungle.
And watching Brian make those sound effects was better than episode 1.
Aw.
Oh,
Yeah.
me so
John
sorry.
Williams should do my soundtrack.
The last bit of news that I've got is that the Court of Owls have been confirmed to be coming to the Gotham TV show.
That's crap.
Why is that crap?
Because
thought-
Gotham sucks. They're gonna be like
Because
owls. They're gonna be like
Brian-
a court of actual owls.
Of course
You know
it's
what
gonna
though? I'm gonna go on a limb here. I've been spinning since I heard that this second season was gonna be all about the villains and everything. Last week I was like, all right, screw it. I'm gonna sit down and actually watch all of Gotham since it's on Netflix now.
And you're alive still?
Yeah, like because I only made it when it started to like the 5th episode.
I
Maybe
made it
6th.
through episode 3 and that's it.
Yeah, I
I
stopped watching it.
haven't started yet.
Started it, and I'm on I got maybe 4 or 5 left in the season. I'm at the episode where it just unveiled the supposed Joker, and
Spoiler alert.
well, that was all over the news. I mean, like if you read any comic book, fucking
No, he's
Well,
a,
All
he's a
these
Magic
villains are going to
player.
be like 80 by the
He
time
doesn't
Bruce
read
becomes
comic books
Batman.
last month. He just plays Magic now.
oh well. Regardless,
Welcome
last-
to Magic Book
last
Nerd
season
Nation.
was all out. You know,
Magic,
that was the
Magic Card Nerd Nation.
but it's not bad as long as you get past the whole idea of yes, it is in Gotham. Yes, there are names that you're going to hear
No,
that
there
sound
is no
familiar.
Batman.
and no, there's no Batman. But it's just interesting. Like there's some things that don't make sense. Like especially with Scarecrow, the episode I seen with him, where they had Gerald Crane making the fear toxin and his son Jonathan, and how he became infected with it, and it doesn't make much sense if you was to watch the episode, but you know what's going to happen to him. It's interesting, but you can't take it as like an actual comic book. I can't at least take it as an actual comic book universe show.
So if you're saying if you just watch it and think about a cop drama, it would be good.
yeah, it's not bad if you just watch it on just
If
the
you
premise
just
that
completely forget about the fact that it's Batman.
exactly. Yeah. But it's nice though if you can do that and watch it, because when you do catch something that's, you know,
I mean, by
Like,
that same token,
you know.
if you took episode 1 and watched it and completely forgot that it was Star Wars, it might be watchable.
kind of. But no, it's like it kind of reminds me, you know how in Arrow season 1 where yes, it was Green Arrow, but it wasn't. You know, it was completely different
Yeah, it
than
was
the
a giant
comics, but-
Because it was Batman.
Yeah, exactly. But it wasn't that bad. I mean, I still liked it. I still watched it every week. You know what I mean?
Touched yourself to it.
Well, whatever. I mean, you know, sometimes I sometimes I get
You didn't.
inspired for a jingle. You know,
Gotta work my jingles.
you got to work my jingles. I got to look for Inspirato for the jingles. Get a little rocket sauce. But
What's
you know.
even going on right now? I don't know.
obviously, you guys don't watch Tenacious D or never watch Tenacious D show. But so yeah,
It's the pick of destiny.
no, not the movie, the
Oh.
TV show that was on HBO.
Right.
So
This
anyway,
is just a tribute.
That's pretty much all we've got to talk about.
Pew pew. We talked about a lot though. Cars.
We did talk about.
Maybe
We
driving
covered a lot of
yourself off
stuff
a
this week.
cliff. And
Driving a Google car off a
If you're still with us, then you're obviously a true fan of the podcast. So let us know what you want us to do for the 100th episode, and we'll try and make something happen. I don't know. We'll try and make something special happen. But until then, I'm Fox 2.
I'm Ron Burgundy.
That's what I was going for. Pirate.
I guess I'm pirate then. I don't know. I don't know where to go with that.
Brian.
I don't know what I am.
And Topher.
I'm confused. That's what I am.
Well,
And
sometimes.
tired.